Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome to my channel, whether you're new or you're coming back. I'm excited to have you guys here. Thank you for joining, and I sincerely hope that these messages that I'm gonna deliver are gonna be useful for you and your Twin Flame journey. So I'm finally at my vacation destination, the Hilton Head Island in South Carolina. So yeah, I'm just trying to make the best of it. It's been a little tricky so far to be posting while I'm on vacation, just because sometimes the internet is not very good, and even with the reading that posted last time, it took me like, I don't know, it was most of the day that it took me because I was in and out and it was just, it could never upload. This morning I started doing a reading, but I was actually like halfway through already, got some pretty cool messages, then I got interrupted by somebody knocking on my door, and eventually I had to leave pretty quickly, and I just decided to do a different one and upload it at a later time. So here we are. This is the other try. I might still do different kind of setups, or a little bit different parts of the property to make it more interesting. Why not? But right now I'm ready to go, so let's get started. So I'm starting with an oracle deck as usual. Let's see what we have for Divine Feminine first of all, and then for Divine Masculine. So this week, just a brief reminder, we have it actually started on Friday, I think. There's a conjunction of Uranus, Saturn, and North Node. So it's a pretty big push for, especially for Twin Flames, for light workers, in terms of how we're learning things, and what we thought we knew sometimes may come, or oftentimes will come to something that completely change our mind, completely throws away, things that we've been accumulating for years, and suddenly just woof, upends it, and you're supposed to be open to something new about it, or you realize how little you actually knew about a subject where maybe you thought you were very experienced. And of course there's still Chiron in retrograde, so the triggers will be coming up, and we're approaching new moon in Leo on Thursday. So I will do, probably my next reading is going to be dedicated to the new moon in Leo. Very interesting energy as well. So let's see. Okay, for Divine Feminines we have Treasure Islands, one of my favorite cards in this deck. I love it so much. I mean, it is the sea theme, and I love the sea. It is this beautiful turtle. It is a treasure chest, of course. It's always exciting, right? About this finding, like, imagine whatever treasure is in your life, or has been, or was when you were a child and you were looking for something. Remember that feeling, or imagine that feeling. You're finding a treasure, a chest with treasure, and there are like the little hearts around it. So it's just it means treasure on so many levels. It will resonate a little bit different for each of you, so take it how it resonates. But what I'm seeing here is that it's an interesting message, actually. If you find yourself a little bit lost in all the events of the day, or feelings and emotions that you've been feeling, actually my message in one of the channel messages I had in the previous recording that I didn't post was about feeling kind of high and low, like having this deviations in the, like, mood swings, those kind of, like, it will feel like that, or somebody might tell you that you're having a mood swing. Yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, even if you find yourself in a very weird place, let's call it that way, right? Very unusual place, just find that moment where it's, you can treat it as a moment where you find treasure, right? Or if you don't see it yet, just trust that the divine has placed you here, or your guides have, help create certain scenarios, certain situations to help you, right? It's that key, maybe like a clue in a scavenger hunt. It's getting you closer to your treasure chest, to your treasure island. Beautiful. Love this card. Do it. Ooh, sorry guys. Cards went a little bit out of control, so I have to pick them up. All right. We'll shuffle. What do we have for divine masculines right now? Higher power, number 4. Oh, I love this. Both the fact that it's number 4 and higher power. And to me, with all the pink and purple, it's more of a intuitive and more of a feminine energy, of course. Yeah, and I think that's what it is, really. It's very interesting that divine masculine is stepping into this feminine side of theirs. And I'm getting actually is trying to be a little, well, is trying to be more compassionate in their life and whatever they are facing, but also trying to see the world with the feminine eyes, which is a very interesting concept. You know, like, I mean, you can, I'm sure you understand what I mean, right? Like, especially for those masculines who have seen this vast differentiation between gender roles in society and can mean anything. Like in my example, for example, because my DM is a dancer, there is a very, very hard kind of like, in dance world specifically, there's very hard differentiation between those roles because they're emphasized, they're amplified with the leader and follower role in the dance itself. With a lot of tradition that is being carried along, it's also shifting and changing now. Big moments of shifts this year especially, but there's still that concept that is carried on, especially for people of, you know, still of like our generation and above, because we still remember we were taught, you know, or they, you know, like the professional dancers who have been doing this all their life, they've been taught, you know, what, like 10, 20, 30 years ago, when that was like 100 times more distinguished, right? More of that separation of the roles. So they're now seeing, like, this is helping them see the world differently, and it's almost like a hangman energy that I'm getting here. We'll see what the tarot will say, but it's a very interesting concept of them observing things with different eyes. Okay, let's get into tarot now. What's the energy like for Divine Feminine Collective right now? Eight of Pentacles for feminine. Okay, putting the effort in. What about Divine Masculine? Protecting someone. That's, yeah, it's interesting. And by the way, don't forget to like the video, to add a comment, to share it. I appreciate your support and your feedback. I like to know more about what you want to see. If you want to see more of my personal story, let me know. If you want to see more of like coaching concepts and you know, natural laws, let me know. If you'd like to do, for me to do different formats of readings for Twin Flames, also let me know. And by the way, this week I'm gonna be uploading August readings for zodiac signs on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo, just to let you know. So we have that actually. Wow. Yes, that's the transformation is coming when they see the situation with those new eyes. That's amazing. I didn't even feel it as, you know, that made like as a major arcana, but it's amazing. We'll pull a clarifier as well. What do we have for the connection energy at this time? Now you're gonna be bored by these decks by the time I get home on Thursday. But, well, you know, I skipped a couple of days eventually because of my troubles. First with the internet and then with the interruption. So, not that bored. You'll be fine. But I'm looking forward to the next reading I'm gonna do about New Moon and Leo. That should be interesting. Like, I'm interested to see what kind of messages are going to come through. What do we have for the connection energy at this time? Ooh, Justice, another major arcana. Love it, especially with the yin and yang balancing. And guess what we have on the bottom of the deck? For once. Yay! That always tells me, especially when it's at the bottom of the deck, that these dynamics that we're acknowledging, that we're being shown, they're essentially helping the twins get closer to who they are and essentially to union. So even if there is nothing about relationships in these energies whatsoever, there's still gonna be, and today I don't really see much of a relationship thing. So the twins are busy with their own thing, but it's just amazing how those little pieces of puzzle make us more whole and make us more loving and compassionate, and that ultimately brings us to a twin, both of us. Please clarify Eight of Pentacles. If you're interested in a personal reading or a coaching session, do not hesitate to reach out via an email address. I will be updating my website in the nearest future, so there's a good chance you'll be able to do that directly from the website at some point, but not yet. Please clarify Eight of Pentacles. Ooh. Ten of Pentacles and the Empress. Please clarify the Death card. They kind of fell on this side. Two sixes. Six of Wands and Six of Swords. Please clarify the Justice. Tower in reverse. Okay, bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands. Yeah, finishing the cycle, putting down the burdens, being able to say, I'm done with this old way. I'm starting a new chapter in my life. That's really powerful coming into the new moon energy this week. Okay, so Divine Feminines, you have Eight of Pentacles clarified by the Empress and Ten of Pentacles. So like I was saying, each of the twins is taking care of themselves right now, is doing their thing, and Divine Feminine is also finding their place where they can be themselves, where they can be most of service, right? So it's putting the work in, but look at this card specifically. This card is a lot about compassion, it's about helping others. It's not necessarily, I mean, yeah, it has some money in it, but it's also a dog, there's a squirrel, there is a crystal there. So there's a lot more than just earning money, right? Traditionally with Eight of Pentacles, it's mostly about like working on projects and doing something business-wise, in a nutshell, right? But this is protection from the rain, right? Protection from elements, from danger, from threats, right? So what I'm getting here, especially with this card as clarifiers, is that yes, Divine Feminine is building her kingdom, you know, her business, her well-being, I don't know, right? Her abundance. But as a true Empress, she's doing it by finding ways of how she can be of service. She is not about the gender in this case, about the energy, right? But yeah, so she's seeing new ways of how she can be of service, show compassion, and help others, and help them heal as well. And it's more ways, it's almost like, that's interesting, the business is growing, or is you know, is being expanded, not because of the business concept as much, not because of like marketing techniques or strategies, but because of Divine Feminine putting more authenticity and more compassion into what she's doing actually, right? In the way she's interacting with the world or with those she's helping. And that's what brings abundance around. And that's the connection with the Treasure Island as well. we had all those hearts in the Treasure Island card, right? So this is sharing of your heart, Divine Feminine. Because I always say that this is a true treasure of Twin Flames. And Divine Feminine is definitely a leader in this movement of showing the heart and sharing the heart. For the masculines, we have Death, clarified by Six of Wands and Six of Swords. They were kind of on this side when they fell out. So I'm getting that this is like in progress of coming into divine masculine lives. So there's still this energy of uncertainty and loss and fear, right? That's what death brings, right? There's a loss. Something is lost. Something is no longer here. Could be someone, of course, but it's mostly about, and especially with the, like in the figurative meaning with tarot, right? It's the transformation. It's leaving the old behind and accepting that that's gone and being ready for the rebirth. So I'm getting that that's still in progress. So the masculines are essentially in the process of mourning. Like if we imagine it as a funeral, right? There's still a funeral going on. It's still fresh and they're still mourning what was lost. So this is kind of coming up, the safe harbor, the peaceful state of things, and public victory with something new and exciting. It's not fully manifested yet. It's not fully implemented in 3D, but it is coming up. And if they stick to the concept of connecting to their higher power in the time of need, in the time of sadness and mourning, in the time when there's just too much of uncertainty, right, with the transformation that the death is, that will definitely bring them to that public victory and will help them find their safe haven and their place of safety, even when there's a storm around them. Like when things look gloomy, they will be able to find that island of safety and peace, inner peace. For the connection, we have Justice card clarified by the Tower in reverse. A lot of major arcanas today, so yeah, definitely astrology is in play. It's actually one of the factors that's impacting the humanity and Twin Flame Collective specifically. So I'm getting that there is certain, it's almost like dodging a bullet. It's like avoiding some sort of dangerous situation. So in this case, Tower, especially with the lightning here, I'm getting that this is like, there was potentially a dangerous situation in the connection that was avoided because of the Justice energy. Brought in balance and karmic rebalancing, right? Where if somebody was trying to do you wrong, or some third kind of energy was trying to impact the connection in a negative way, it didn't work out. And you can take it how it resonates for you. You may not know about it, but just know that there was an intervention into it and you are safe now from that perspective. What else? I'm also getting that the twins are getting more into the they're seeing more justification for the connection. So justification in that sort of sense. They are understanding better why it's important, why it's this person, like it's getting clearer what's the bigger meaning behind it all, right? Why was it necessary? How is it impacting my experience in this lifetime? Even if it's somebody, we're talking about the twin that is not really accepting their role as twin flame, right? It's still even on the 3D level, on a very human perspective, human 3D level, they're still seeing that there is a bigger meaning to this connection, for this specific person to be that special someone in my life. The way they are, because at first there is a shock that it's somebody who is not my type, who my family will not accept, who the society will not accept as my partner, will not accept me as their partner. Like there's a lot of that. There's always something like that. So this is the point where that goes away. That is now behind the twins. those doubts, that lack of understanding of why am I so drawn to this person, or I'd rather just avoid it and not have this person in my life because it sounds too complicated, or whatever else the explanation was, the excuse was to avoid it. Now it's all behind, and in a good way, like in a healthy way, where it's understood, it's accepted what was the fear before. Now there is no fear, it's been transmuted. So now it's more focused on what's coming up next. You know, what's the next episode of the show? Or what are we gonna see in the new season? Because this was the season end. And the new season is actually gonna be the new moon in Leo, which we're gonna talk about tomorrow. For now, I think I'm gonna end it here. It's been 20 minutes already, so thanks very much, guys, for joining me today. I will do a little bit different format for the new moon in Leo reading, so watch out for the readings tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see what I come up with. Thank you so much for joining in. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye.